Hey guys, Mark from Eibach here. Today, we're at Adams Motorsports Park in Riverside, California to test out this Mark 7 GTI. So we brought the GTI out today to do some baseline runs in stock form. Right now, it's only equipped with some 1552 RSR wheels and Falcon Azenis FK510s. With that said, Vittorio and I are gonna hit the track and set some control laps to get a feel for the driving dynamics of the stock car. Right off the bat, there's a lot of body roll and a lot of movement here. You can see all that. And a lot of traction control going on. Spring rates are pretty low, lots of understeer. There is some nice liftoff oversteer that can get the back end pointed the right direction.
Car seems to like rotating on entry, but on the exit it likes to understeer. It seems to do well with liftoff, like just lifting off the throttle to get that liftoff oversteer.
Factory car is going to be set up for understeer for safety purposes.
I think the rear could use a little bit more rotation for sure.
I would ideally like to be able to kind of rotate the car through that turn. So what our sway bar system will do is help us get the balance we need to get the rear end turned so we can get around this track a little bit faster.
This is a good baseline for our upgrades later on today.
So we brought it back to the garage and installed our Pro Kit springs and our anti-roll kit. Our anti-roll kit has a 29mm front bar and a 25mm rear, both hollow. The front's adjustable so we can fine-tune how the car handles. And our Pro Kit springs are both front and rear progressive rates, so you get a nice, comfortable ride on the street, and then when you really get into it, you get some good control, reduction in nosedive, and some rotation in the car. We're excited to get it on track and see what it does. Hey everyone, we're back at Adams Motorsports Park to take the Eibach Equipped GTI around the track. The car is literally turning in super sharp. It's so much happier.
Feels so much better out of the box compared to stock. All the turn in is there. Car actually wants to rotate. Ho ho ho!
And I can actually get to the edge of the track, which makes a huge difference on putting down track laps.
Makes such a big difference on this car. Like it wants to rotate, and like you can get on throttle a lot earlier without having understeer.
You know, this car has still full weight, full interior, and we want to make sure we get the best balance. You know, get the rear end to rotate when we need it, get the front end to stick when we want it to, and get around the track as quickly as possible. So it's pretty impressive how much of a difference just a spring and a sway bar setup can make. And yeah, this is a great change. Same tires, same tire pressure, everything's all the same, and just a huge difference. All right, that wraps it up. I think it's unanimous. This Pro Kit spring and anti-roll kit setup literally changes everything about the car. What do you think, Vittorio?
Way better. The turn-in is incredible. You can be so precise with it, and on the corner exit, I feel like we can get on the throttle a lot faster than before.
You can't really turn off the traction control completely on this. So one thing that I noticed was that the traction control didn't go off nearly as much. It wasn't freaking out as much because it seemed like all of the factors, all the things that make the traction control go crazy were in control.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I felt the same way. I felt like traction control wasn't as intrusive as before. I felt it a lot like on that back part, like by the willow, where it's like when you're trying to just accelerate out of it, like before it was like understeering to the point where the car didn't think it was safe to continue giving you more throttle.
Right, it would just cut the throttle entirely.
Yeah, but now like you could stay pretty flat and, you know, like get into that corner. Off throttle rotation was like 100 times way better than before too.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's pretty amazing what just a couple modifications can do to like a pretty much totally stock suspension. Anyone who gets in this is going to notice a huge change and improvement in just the way the car works in general. It just felt like it wanted to be on track, where before it was a little bit like touch and go. It wasn't super happy at any of the turns, and now it's like, okay, this is fun, you know, give me some more. The Pro Kit, our anti-roll kit, is a good balance of street comfort and performance and good looks. I don't know if you've seen this thing yet, just still, but it looks really good.
Cut to the B-roll.
Yeah, cut to B-roll. If you guys like these before and after videos, make sure to let us know in the comments below and tell us what you want to see next. Thanks again to our friends over at Sparco and Adams Motorsports Park. And don't forget to like and subscribe.